Coming up on the March edition of Channel 12's Lakeside News. In this month's Around the Lake, we'll introduce you to a local author whose new book offers hope to grieving readers. We'll feature the City of Spring Park in this month's Member City Showcase. We'll preview the West Tonka Historical Society's upcoming event, Remember When. And in this month's Lake Lore, we'll take a look back at the history of Deep Haven. Lakeside News is next. Hi, I'm Chris Feld, and welcome to Lakeside News, where you'll find news and events from around the lake area. In this month's Around the Lake, we'll introduce you to local author Joanne Devney, whose inspirational memoir, When Bluebirds Fly, offers hope to those grieving the loss of a loved one. Tyler Rabe reports.
I didn't know in that moment that soon I would be looking back and wanting more.
On a summer day in 1991, the Devney family experienced the unthinkable. The loss of their 18-month-old son.
I wanted a memorial for Billy, and that was my initial reason for writing the book, so everyone would get to know him and our family. The reason for the title of the book was I put Billy down for his nap that day. Unlike any other day, he pointed to the rocking chair as I lowered him into the crib, and he wanted me to sing to him. So I rocked him, and I sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
If happy little bluebirds fly.
So that was the last time I saw Billy. I backed away and I said, Mommy loves you, and backed away to the door. I was getting signs from Billy. I was getting signs of bluebirds and daisies and spiritual after-death communications. It's so important to cry and let that out. And to quote my son, my 4-year-old son, when I would be crying every day on the couch, and he'd stroke my hair and he'd say, crying makes you strong, Mommy. Grief is redundant. If I can say one word for grief, it's so redundant because it's that pain over and over. What helped me the most was journaling, and that happened right after Billy died. I had all these emotions pent up in my head. I had denial, I had shock, I had terrific pain. And I just wanted to get out of my head. It was like a hive of buzzing bees. 3 years after Billy died, I decided to sit down and write in book form, in memoir form, the moment I woke up in the morning to the end of that day, just to get that horrible day out of my head. And I couldn't stop. I kept writing and writing.
To prove herself as a writer, Joanne wrote a book about her flying career.
I decided to write a humorous air travel book so that I could get a publisher for my labor of love. After that became successful, I turned around and I rewrote When Bluebirds Fly. My reason for writing it at that point was to help other bereaved parents and others with loss. So I didn't leave anything out. The characters are very fallible. We're good people, but I wanted bereaved parents especially to know that how they're feeling is normal. After I rewrote it, and I did it in a father's perspective, my perspective, and a child's perspective, my son, because a sibling also goes through bereavement. There's a couple firemen, there is a sheriff patrol. As I got more involved with each one, I realized this is a community story. This is about our community and the goodness and the people in it. And that's why I wanted to involve them too, because it affected many people, many more than I realized. You can't talk about bereavement and not talk about God in the same sentence. It was actually a loss and a rediscovery of faith after this incident. I was angry at him. With one fist I was shaking it, at God. With the other I was grabbing him and saying, help me, I need help here. Through the course of my bereavement over many years, I came to the conclusion that he was within me, giving me that strength.
Joanne writes, the path is pain and healing, but the destination is hope and acceptance.
It's just a book about finding hope through a very tragic or bad situation. Also, I want them to know by reading the book that you can survive it and you will see your child again.
Coming up after the break, we'll feature the City of Spring Park in this month's Member City Showcase.
Meet Ernie Spielberg. Ernie's looking forward to submitting his work to the upcoming NATOA Government Programming Awards. But which will he choose? His chilling public safety meowsterpiece, Pause? Or Raiders of the Lost Aardvark? Either way, he's sure to set the screen ablaze. Literally. Do you have what it takes to top Ernie? Go to natoa.org by April 5th to enter. Winners will receive national recognition. Seriously, someone should really put that out.
Spring Park is a prosperous suburban town located in Hennepin County. Spring Park has a total area of half a square mile, yet has over 4 miles of shoreline. Approximately 1,600 people call Spring Park home. Spring Park is in the West Tonka School District. Spring Park, nestled along the shores of Lake Minnetonka, fronting on West Arm Bay, Black Lake, and Spring Park Bay, is located on County Road 15 between the cities of Mound and Navarre. Spring Park was incorporated in August 1951, containing 82.5 acres of land. The population at that time was 221 people. The first abstracts of lands in Spring Park, dated 1850, showed William Byers owned 156 acres of land, which included Spring Park. Spring Park Bay was originally named Byers Bay. John Cameron laid claim to the land in Spring Park and Casco Point around 1853. Spring Park was laid out in 1880, contained 140 acres of land. It was so named because the area was known as a spa. James J. Hill's Great Northern Railroad was extended to Spring Park around 1882. During Lake Minnetonka's glory days in the 1880s, over 15 trains a day pulled into Spring Park, bringing hundreds of tourists. Spring Park became a favorite lake resort area, boasting a dancing pavilion, baseball park, and a playground that were unequaled at the time. The first city office was located on Park Lane. The present building, housing City Hall, was built in or around 1906. The building was purchased by the Spring Park Improvement Association for $1 from School District 277, turned over to the village for a hall and civic center in 1964. It was moved to its present location on Warren Avenue and designated as a Village Historic Site. However, it cannot be placed on the Minnesota Historic Register because it has been moved from its present location. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Water Patrol Headquarters, originally built in 1964, rebuilt in 1997, is located at the boat launch area. Prior to the Water Patrol, the city owned the property and maintained a public beach. Spring Park is home to Lord Fletcher's Restaurant and the LMCC's offices and studio.
Coming up next, we'll preview the West Tonka Historical Society's upcoming event, Remember When. Lakeside News returns in a moment.
Coming up on Precious Pets. Hey, aren't they cute? Uh-oh, everyone's favorite pooch, Corporal Cuddles, isn't wagging his tail on tonight's episode. We interrupt this program to bring you this important message.
The Lake Minnetonka Communications Commission, located in Spring Park, Minnesota, offers free television production classes. You heard it right. Free. All you need to do is sign up and show up to receive your special TV training. That's right, folks. That's it.
Wow, that sure looks easy.
Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will help bring your idea to the big screen. Well, that is if you have a big screen.
Why, thank you. We are very friendly and knowledgeable.
You'll learn the secrets of how a television studio works.
If you can't see video, try taking off the lens cap.
Wow! Thanks, LMCC.
From studio lighting and nonlinear editing to on-location shooting, we'll guide you down the path you need to succeed. Just call us at 952-471-7125 or go to our website at www.lmcc-tv.org to get started today. Hurry in, folks. An opportunity this good won't last forever.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming. Have you checked out the LMCC website lately? It's been redesigned and we're now online. Check us out at www.lmcc-tv.org.
The Westonka Historical Society invites you to our annual fundraising event at the Gillespie Center in Mound on Saturday, March 23rd from 5:30 to 8 p.m. The following video will provide a quick glance at Westonka area history.
Can you tell which of these children was not born free? Can you tell which of these children was not born equal? Can you tell which of these children does not deserve to be treated with dignity? We can't either. Human right number one. We are all born free and equal. What are human rights? Find out at youthforhumanrights.org.
Hey y'all, when I left my home this morning, you know I didn't even cry. When I left my
cohort here is Bob Gerlicher. I'm Bill Robinson, and we have been with the Society since its beginning roughly 10 years ago. Our general mission is to bring forth some of the historical information to members of the community, and we try to do it in as entertaining a way as possible. We have 3 or 4 what we consider public meetings a year. We meet monthly on the board, but the public meetings involve a speaker or outside activities. Traditionally, we've done a boat trip each year of some sort, usually including a local historian, pointing out pieces of history around the lake. We've also made various trips to the Minnesota Historical Society in St. Paul and other places of interest around the area.
Well, we also try to collect artifacts that relate to the history of Deep Haven. As you can see in the case behind us, we don't have a lot of room, but we're always looking for informative history of Deep Haven. And this spring, we're going to have a program on Collins Corners and Maple Hills, and probably another area of Deep Haven. We try to cover various areas of Deep Havens in our programs, just to share the history with the other residents.
We try to publicize these events as they show up on our calendar. For members or for people who are interested in becoming members, we suggest that you contact Barb Sikora, and her phone number is 952-473-9539. And she'll see to it that you receive an application in the mail and a chance to become a member and take part in this community activity.
We're always looking for new members, and particularly board members. We only have about 5 board members, so we're kind of the small group that schedules most of the work. But if somebody is really interested too, we have the meetings on the last Saturday of the month. Our board meetings would be 9 o'clock at City Hall, at the Deep Haven City Hall. So well, we'd sure welcome anybody that is interested in history, because we just love history.
I heard about a lot of things my friends were doing online that were really mean or just plain crazy. I never thought I would do anything like that. One day my friend Pat showed me a website he made. He posted a list of girls in our school and had guys we know go on and rate them. Sort of a hot or not kind of website. I thought it was pretty funny, so I rated them too. We had a good laugh, and I thought that was the end of it. The next day, everyone at school was talking about it. He had sent it out to the whole school to see. I could tell a couple of girls had been crying, and I knew it was because of what the guys had said about them and how they looked. I felt bad, but I didn't really get it until I went home that night. Turns out, the guys had put my little sister on the site too, but hid it from me because they knew I would get upset. She was crying when I got home, and she wouldn't even look at me. I would never have said those things to someone's face. I didn't even mean them. I thought it was just a joke between friends. Now Pat's suspended from school, and they might kick me out too. Once you put something online, you lose control of it. You can never get it back, and people can use it in ways you never even meant. I learned that the hard way. I wish I never saw that stupid site.
Did you know that the leading cause of death for Minnesota teens are traffic crashes, and that 75% of teens killed are not buckled? As a parent, there are many things to worry about when you give your teen the keys to your car. But poor choices don't need to be deadly. One of the safest choices they can make is to buckle up. And teens are more likely to buckle up if they see their parents doing it all the time.
A message from our partners at AAA and the Minnesota Safety Council. For more information on Live to Drive Another Day, visit myfox9.com.
Well, there you have it, news and events happening in and around the lake area. If you have a news story or see something exciting going on, please let us know. We can be reached here at the LMCC at 952-471-0000. 7125, via email at lmcc@lmcc-tv.org. Or please check us out on our website at www.lmcc-tv.org. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next month on Channel 12's Lakeside News.
The West Tonka Historical Society invites you to our annual fundraising event to be held at the Gillespie Center in Mound on Saturday, March 23rd from 5:30 to 8 p.m. We'll have historical videos, historical artifacts, fun activities, appetizers, a silent auction, and lots of great stories and conversation.